Okay, so I'm going to start this video a little bit different today. So I want to touch on a subject that I didn't, or if I did, it was a while ago. So I just want to refresh everyone's mind because obviously if I'm talking about it, you'll probably see it. So let's take a look at an equation like this. 5x equals 10. Well, you and I know that the answer is that x has to be 2, right? So if I substitute 5 times 2, and then 10 equals 10, and then that's the solution to. Let's take another look. Negative 3x equals 12. You and I know that x in this case has to be 4, and if I substitute negative 3 equals 4, I get 12, and then, sorry, has to be negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 12 equals 12. So what's in common between this? And then I'm gonna, again, 3x plus 10 equals, let me pick another one, 40. Minus 10, minus 10, 3x equals 30, and x equals 10. So if I plug this 10 over here, I would get 3 times 10, which is 30, plus 10 is 40, and the left side equals all the way. So all these equations have something in common. They all have one single solution, right? X, whatever the variable is, has to be that particular number. In this case, 2 for this equation, in this case, 4, and the bottom one, 10. And they are all have one unique solution that makes that equation true. And this you're very comfortable with. So let's look at something a little bit different. Let's look at this equation over here. And let's say we're solving it. So we have to do this distributive property. That's 3x minus 12. And then you notice that there's a variable on the left side and a variable on the right side. And you were taught to get rid of one of them. So let's get rid of this guy. But notice what happens here. This goes away, and this also goes away. So my variables are gone, and I get something that looks like this. Now, what does that mean? This means that there is an infinite number of solutions here. That's going to make the inequality true. So the solution would be here all real numbers. And I'm going to explain why. So let me erase this. So let's pick a random number for x. Let's pick x equals, and let's make our lives easier. Let's pick x equals 5. Let's substitute. On this side, I got 3 times 5 minus 12. And on this side, I get 3, parentheses 5 minus 4. Let's see if we have the same base. 3 times 5 is 15, and minus 12 gives me 3. Here, 5 minus 4 is 1, and 3 times 1 is 3. Wow, look at that. I just picked some random number. Let's pick another number, random number. X equals, I don't know, I just don't want to do too many calculators. Pick x equals 20. Let's see if it works. And again, it's truly random. So I get 3 times 20 minus 12, and on this side I'm going to get 3 parentheses 20 minus 4. 3 times 20 is 60, 60 minus 12 is 48. This side, 20 minus 4 inside the parentheses 16, 16 times 3 is 48. Look at that. It works again. So what I'm trying to tell you is that for this particular equation, it doesn't matter what value of x, and let me pick another one, 33. 3 times 33 is 99, right? So I'm going to 3 times 33 minus 12, 99 minus 12, and it seems like I get 87. On this side, it's going to be 3 times and 33 minus 4. 33 minus 4 is 29, and then I'm going to multiply that by 3. 3 times 9 is 27, carry 2, it's also 87. So this is called an identity equation, right? Where the left side is equal to the right side, identity equation. What I want you to know, or just remember, is that the solution for this type of equation is that it's all real numbers. So if you get an equation like this, and you, like I was doing in the beginning, you start solving it, right? And it's 3x minus 12, and then you try to remove one of the variables, right? Because you need to have only one variable on one side. So these two are gone, and all of a sudden you get to something like this, and you're like, okay, what does this tell me? It tells me that this is an identity equation, which means that no matter what x value I put on the left side or the right side, it will always be left side and right side will be equal to each other. So the solution to this will be all real numbers. Okay, so we had an equation, the previous one, where there was only one solution, and this one has an infinite number solution, right? So it'd be all real numbers. And then we have one more that I want you to keep in mind. I got this from the book, so negative 2 equals 2 minus 6. What does it say? N minus n. So let's say you had some weird equation like that. So let's start solving this. Negative 2 equals 2, and then distributive property, you get minus 6n. And then distributive property, negative times a negative is a positive, and I get 6n. So now you're asked distributive property, you're going to combine like terms, right? So negative 2, nothing to do on this side. You're going to combine these two guys over here. What happens? You get negative 6n plus 6n, they eliminate each other, if they eliminate each other, you get 0, so what you're left with is negative 2 equals 2. And this is not a true sentence. Negative 2 is not equal to 2. So this is telling you that this is a no solution. So if you happen to get something like this, it tells you no solution. Meaning, there is no value of x in this world, or no value for this variable in this world, that will make this inequality true. And just to give you a couple of examples, let me just eliminate here. I'm going to pick a couple of n values. N equals, let's just pick something easy. N equals 4. So negative 2 equals 2 minus 6. And inside the parentheses, well, if I substitute 4 for n and n, I get 4 minus 4. Well, negative 2 equals 2. And you know 4 minus 4 is 0. And 0 times 6 is just going to be 0 again. So we end up with this again, which is not a true statement. So it doesn't matter if it was 4, if n was 2/3, if n was 0.679, n was 1,000,000. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. 1,000,000, 100,000. Doesn't matter what value I put in for n in here. This will never actually work because the left side will never equal the right side. So therefore, this equation will not work. So if you ever see something like this, then you're going to tell me that the equation has no solution. Okay. Let me see if I can pick another one. 63 minus 55n. I'm going to pick this one. Minus 11. 5n minus 11. Okay, so let's start solving this. See what happens. So you start solving this. Well, there's nothing to do on this side. On the right side, I can do the distributive property. I get negative 55n. And negative times a negative is a positive. 11 times 11 is 121. Then you're told that you have to get rid of one at the end. So let's get rid of this guy, 55n. So if I add 55 on this side, I will add 55 on this side. So as you're working, you go, oops, that goes away. And this goes away. So now you're left with 63 equals 121. And right there, you already know that this is an equation that's going to have no solution because 63 will never equal 121. So if you go back, right, if you go back and you wanted to, like, I don't believe in the show. I want to try it out. And you start picking several different values for n. 2, 3, 105, negative 88, and you plugged it into here, right? You will notice that none of them would make this sentence true. Okay, so this is an equation, and I'm gonna come back to that part where I had solved it, that it will never, ever, ever, ever be true. So it has no solution. Okay, so just a little 9-minute warm-up. Okay, so let's get to your review sheet. So yeah, your first word for your bonus is going to be summer. Okay, summer is going to be your first word. There's quite a few, 3 words. Summer is the first word. Okay. Sam needs to collect 200 water bottles for science experiment. She has collected 65 so far. This is an inequality. If Sam, with the help of her 2 brothers, are going to collect this week and write and solve an inequality to find the minimum number of bottles that each brother or sister has to collect. So I know that we collect at least 200 means that we want to collect 200 or more. We have 55 so far. And the of bottles. So who's collecting the bottles? The 3 siblings. So that's my inequality. Minus 55, and I'm going to get 3b has to be greater or equal to 145, I believe. Divide by 3, and b is going to be greater or equal to, I have no idea, 145 divided by 3. It's going to be 48.33. So again, in the context of this story, you cannot collect 48.3 bottles, so you need to collect, and we're going to round up. So the minimum number of bottles that each sibling is going to have to, collect, it's going to be 49 or higher in the context of this story, okay? And you can graph that, and that's, I'm not even going to bother with that. Tim wants to earn, oh my God. Tim wants to earn $810 this week at his job. He's paid a salary of $340 plus $35 for each laptop that he repairs. So he wants to walk away with $810 this weekend. Okay, so whatever he does, he wants his paycheck to say $810 or more. So guaranteed, he makes $340 no matter what. But he makes a little bonus every time he fixes a laptop. And every time he fixes a laptop, somebody gives him 35 extra. So 35, I'm going to write L per laptop. That should have been your inequality. Minus 340. Minus 340. You're going to get 35L greater or equal to, I have no idea, 0, 11 minus 4 is 7, and then what's that, 7 minus 3, 407. Divide both sides by 35, looks like 13 or something. And the number of laptops, the minimum number of laptops that he has to fix, what is this, 470? Divided by 35 equals, so it says he has to fix 13.42 blah 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 laptops. If you round it to the nearest hundred, it's going to be 13.43. You can't fix 13.43. Your actual answer is going to be the number of laptops he needs to fix. At least it's going to be 13 or over. Okay. Cameron goes to the market. He's going to buy some stuff, cans of chicken and a loaf of bread. The loaf of bread's $3.49. Each can of soup is $1.29. If the most he can spend, so that already tells me that I only have $12 or less. How many cans of soup can I buy? Well, he's going to buy cans of soup and a loaf of bread. So he's going to buy one loaf of bread, and that's $3.49 plus 1.29 chicken soups. Minus 3.49. Minus 3.49, and 12 minus 3.49 is 851, so 1.29. Less or equal to 8.51. We're going to divide both sides by 1.29. And C is, no idea, yeah, 8.51 divided by 1.29 is going to give me 6.59. So the highest number of cans in the context of this story, without going over $12, is going to be, has to be 6 or less. Okay. X number T-shirts for the new members of Chorus. The cost of T-shirts is $3.99. Shirts equally $3.99 was $7. So $3.99 for shipping I had to pay, plus $12.25 per T-shirt, and all that was just an equation, so equal to 77.49. We want to know how many T-shirts we bought. Well, okay, so again, it's not the procedural part, but it's just being able to understand, right? Which is not that difficult anyway. Minus 3.99 equals 73.5. So if we divide 12.25, divide by 12.25 on both sides, T equals 6 shirts. So how many shirts did they buy? 6 T-shirts. Okay. Summer Winston needs at least Winston needs 80 signatures. Blah blah blah. He has 23 signatures already. I and I need at least, so I need 80 signatures or more. I already have 23, so I know my inequality looks like this. Him and 2 friends are going to go around asking for signatures. How many signatures does each person need to get? Well, so we're gonna write S for signatures, although I don't like the S. And how many people are going around? 3 people are collecting signatures, so that's your inequality. Minus 23, minus 23, that goes away. 3S is greater or equal to 57, yeah. And divide by 3, S is going to be, so each person has to get at least, I have no idea, 19 signatures or more. Okay, and this has to be an inequality. Okay. Santino, he needs 460 forks for his restaurant. He has, so what is the minimum number of set of forks he should buy? So minimum means that at least 406. I want something that's going to be greater or equal to 406. I already have 278, which means I don't have to buy that many. And each set, so how many sets, how many packages? Think of each package having 12. So I'm going to write 12 sets. So each set has 12, what is this, forks? Minus 278, minus 278. 12S. So how many? 406 minus 278 equals 128. Right, so in actuality, he only needs 128 forks because he already has 278. So if I go to Target, how many packages of 12 do I need to buy to get at least 128 divided by 12 is going to be, I need to buy 10.66 packages. But I can't do that. So I need to buy 11 packages or greater to reach my goal. Sam rents a car for 1 day. So this one is not a good question because it doesn't have enough information. Okay, it doesn't tell me, so I'm going to let you cross that out. I made a mistake. Now these ones say what? Write an equation? Oh, okay. Oh, these were all, I was supposed to graph. Oh well. Write an equation, solve and check. So mechanic, she spent a total of 329. So here's my equation. It spent for the $248 for new brakes and 3 hours for each hour of work. So how much did the mechanic earn per hour? So we paid them $248 for the parts plus 3H, right? 3 hours of work. So we can use this equation. Minus 248, minus 248 on both sides. That crosses over. 3H is going to be equal to, I have no idea, 329 minus 248 equals 81. Divide by 3, H is 27. So how much do we pay the mechanics per hour? $27 per hour, to make quite a decent amount. Mark is setting up a tent during the trip. Oh, I hate this question. The tent came with 10 feet of rope. He needs to use 35.5 inches of rope to tie a tarp on the top of the tent. 10 feet of rope. Well, I already have feet and inches. So I already know 1 foot is 12 inches, so 10 feet is 120 inches. So what equals, so this is all the rope that I have, 120 inches. So 120 inches is going to be 33.5 that I used to tie the top of my tent to something. And the rest that I have left over, it's going to be cut into 3.5 8-inch. So 8.5 inch sections. So how many 8.5 inch sections? Right, so imagine again, let me try to draw this out. So I have this long rope here, right? So that's 120 inches, 33 inches, so about 1/4, about this much I used already. Now the rest that I have left over, I want to cut it into 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5. So how many of these 8.5 pieces will I have is whatever's left over? So that's what the question is saying. This was a state test question a few years ago. So that's the equation I can use. So I'm going to go minus 33.5, minus 33.5. So I'm going to get 8.5s equals 120 minus 33.5, and that equals 86.5. And if we divide that by 8.5 on both sides, divide by 8.5, divide by 8.5, the number of sections that are 8.5 inches will be the greatest number, actually. It's going to be, the actual answer is 10.17, but I actually want how many full 8.5 inch sections will I have? I will only have. So in the context of the story, the answer is 10. Okay. Total order pictures. The picture costs $7.50. There's a shipping fee of $3.25. The total order is $85.75. How many pictures did he order? Well, this is how much I paid. And what did I get for that? Well, I got to pay $3.25 for the shipping fee, and I got a bunch of pictures for $7.50 each. Am I right? $7.50. $7.50 times however many pictures I bought plus the $3.25 shipping fee gave me a total of $85.75. So let's subtract this. That goes away. This becomes 82.50, and I'm going to divide 7.5p plus 7.5p on both sides. And the number of pictures that I bought after divide by 7.5 looks like I got 11 pictures. Okay. No. Solving check. Okay. Let's see. Negative 3x minus 16x plus 32 equals negative 24x minus 3. You'll definitely see questions like this. Negative 19x plus 32 equals negative 24x minus 3. Let's get rid of this guy. So plus 19 plus 19x. So I'm going to have, this goes away, 32 equals negative 5. Looks like negative 5x minus 3. Now it becomes easier. Plus 3 plus 3. Cross that out. That becomes 35 equals negative 5x. And we all know that x equals negative 7. So we can plug it in here. I'm not going to do that, but that's how you would do your check, right? You copy the equation, substitute x equals negative 7. So every time you see the x here, and make sure that the left side equals the right side. 8a, the parentheses in here. 8a plus 120 equals negative 3a plus 3 plus 31. Combine like terms, nothing here, but on this side I can combine negative 3a plus, and 30 plus 31 is 34. Let's get rid of the negative 3a there, that's kind of bothering me. I'm going to get plus 3a and plus 3a. If I do that, these go away. 8a is 11a plus 120, and that's 34. Minus 120, minus 120. And 11a equals, and 34 minus 120, how can I do that? 120 minus 34 equals 86. Did I do something wrong? Oh, this could be a fractional value. So a equals 86 over 11. Did I do something wrong? Let me just double check. 8a plus 4 times 30 is 120. Negative 3a plus 3 plus 31 is 34. You can have, I don't mind the fraction, but I just want to make sure that I don't think I would give it to you. The point would be to check. 11a plus 120, 34, 86. Leave it as a fraction, then I would definitely check. You know what? Don't even bother checking this one. If you did, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you ridiculous 86 over 11 so that you substitute. That's not my intent. I'm wondering if I did something wrong to give this. No, let's go move on to the next one. Combine like terms. This one's a little easier. Negative 15a plus 45h minus 12a minus 33h. Kind of combining terms. We can combine the a's together. We get negative 27a, and we combine the h's together. I'm going to get plus 12h. Oh, shoot, I forgot the first word. I think it was. And then the second word is going to be this one. Okay. That's your second one. So remember, it's 3 words. This one I get 36m plus 20 plus 63m plus 108. Combine like terms, yeah, the m's together, which gives me like a 99 or something m. And then plus this 20 and 108 goes 120. Wow, talk about easy. And that's it, because then it becomes unlike terms, right? I can't combine those two together. Represent with the inequalities, give possible solutions. So her weight's greater than 105. And we'll write weight. So possible solutions, 106, 107, 150, 200. Right? So all that is possible solutions. I'm not going to write it, but I can just say it. Maximum speeds in school areas is 25 miles per hour, the max. So the speed has to be under or equal to 25, otherwise you get a ticket. So your speed can be 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, etc. I like that. 25, 24, 23. Some give possible solutions. So for her weight, she could be 106, 136, 186. My TV has less than 10 channels. That is a fact. So my T for TV, less than 10. It has 8, sometimes it has 7 channels, depending on the weather. It can have 3 channels. She earns more than $1,500 per week. Wow. More than is like that. Not so it has to be not greater or equal, but more than 1,000. Let's E for earns, and she could earn 1,500. And 1, she could earn 2,000, she could earn 1,800, so possible solutions, realistically. Solve graph and check, no thank you. So if I were to do this, I have room here, so 3y minus y less or equal to negative 9, plus 9 on both sides. We're going to get 3y less or equal to 0. Y is going to be less or equal to 0, so we graph 1, 1, shade, and we're going to do, we want numbers less than 0, so we do it that way. So to check, let's pick 0. We're allowed to pick 0, so if I put 0 over here, I get 3 times 0, which is 0, and then I get negative 9 is less or equal to negative 9, which is obviously true. My word? Yes, I am, so I can make these boxes bigger. Okay. My like terms, negative 6m plus 6 less or equal to negative 29 plus m. Get rid of one of the m's, so I'm going to take the m out. Minus m, which is going to give negative 7m plus 6 less than 29. Negative 7m minus 6 is going to be less than negative 35. Divide both sides by 7. And we're going to get m is greater than 5. Remember, dividing by a negative number makes me switch to the other side. Shade. It's going to be a non-shaded circle, and we want anything greater than 5. So let's pick an easy number. 10. So if I pick 10, I'm going to get negative 50. Plus, so I'm substituting. Okay, so pick m is 10, so I'm going to get negative 50 plus 6 minus 10 less than negative 29 plus 10. So let's see if that's true. Negative 60, negative 50, and negative 10 is negative 60. So I'm getting negative 54 here. It's less than negative 19, and that is so very, very true. Negative 27a minus 54 minus 4 greater or equal to 23. Negative 27a minus 58 greater or equal to 23. Negative 27a greater or equal to, I have no idea what is this, 81? Right, because plus 58 on both sides. Divide this by negative 27. And we're going to get a is less or equal to negative 3. Oh no. So again, your graph is going to look like this. We want numbers that are smaller or greater or equal to negative 3, so I'm going to point it that way. Your check again, pick a number that's on the left side, substitute, see if it works out. Okay. Over here, let's see. Actually, I'm going to keep the fraction because it's not that bad. So I'm going to do the distributive property first. So it's a negative times a positive, which is going to give me a negative, and that's going to give me 6p. And then it's going to be a positive, and it's going to be 2 greater than negative 4. So that was easy. Negative 6p plus minus 2 minus 2 on each side is greater than negative 6. Divide by negative 6 on both sides, and we're going to get p is less than 1. Yay! I like when it's less than 1. If I graph this, I'm going to have 1, 2, and 0. I'm going to not shade, I'm going to point it to the left. And I can pick 0, which is the beauty of this. So if I pick 0, I'm going to have negative 2 over 7. And 21 times 0 is 0. Minus 7 is greater than negative 4. This and this becomes negative 1. And negative 1 times negative 2 is 2. And 2 is definitely greater than 1. Solve, graph, check. And let me write the p equal to 0. That's a long video. 3 consecutive integers are such that 3 times the smallest, so we have 3 consecutive integers. Let's call that. Okay. So 3 times the smallest, which is this, right, is 14 more than the largest. 14 more than x plus 2. Find the integers. It's 3x equals 16 plus x, right? I'll subtract x from each side, and I get 2x equals 16, divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 8. So the first number is 8, second number is 9, third number is 10. 3 consecutive integers, such that the sum of the first, okay, again, consecutive odd integers, oops, sorry, x plus 1, x plus 3. Such the sum of the first and the second, so the sum of the first plus the second, put this in parentheses because you should, because if it was subtraction, that would really matter, is 31 less than 3 times the third, which is x plus 3. But don't forget, because it says x less than 1, less than, I'm going to have to do a little switch. This is going to come to the front, and the 31 goes to the back. So that ends up being my equation. This one is going to be 2x plus 1, right? And here it's going to be 3x plus 9 minus 31. 2x plus 1, and this is 3x. What's 9 and 31? It's 23? No. 22. Negative 22? Oof. So let's remove this guy, right? Minus 3x, minus 3x. And we're going to get negative x plus 1 equals negative 22. We're going to do minus 1, and I'm going to end up getting negative x equals negative 23. And then we're going to divide this by -1, divide this by -1, which means x equals 23. So the first number is 23, the second is 25, and the third one is 27. Okay? Two consecutive integers are such, so this one is slightly easier because there's only two, x and x plus 1, such that 3 times the larger, so this is the smaller and the larger, 3 times the larger, exceeds, remember we talked about exceeds, twice the smaller by 30, it's bigger, right? So this one minus the smaller one, twice the smaller one, by 34. So this becomes 3x plus 3 minus 2x equals 24. We got x plus 3 equals 24, and x is going to be 19. So the first number is 19, the second number is going to be 20. Okay. Jerry's age, okay, so we have Jerry, let me just write Jerry, and Tom. Jerry's age is 9 years less than 7 times Tom's age. So Tom's age, which we don't know, is called x. Jerry is 9 minus 7 times Tom's age, which is x. So again, because it's less than, this is actually going to be 7x minus 9, right? So that becomes that. Now the sum of their age is 39, so I can use that information and write that if I take Jerry's age, which is represented by this, and add what do you call it, Tom's age, which is represented by x, that should give us 39. Well, 7x and x is 8x, minus 9 equals 39. We're going to do plus 9, we're going to get 8x equals 48, divide both sides by 8, and x equals 6. So, Tom is 6, and the other guy is 7 times 6, which is 42, and 42 minus 9 equals 33. Right? My age is 3 times as my, so I have me and brother. So my age is 3 times as much as my brother's age. So we know anything about my brother's age? No, so we call it x. But my age is 3 times my brother's age. Both our ages together is 42. Well, this is simple. 3x, so my age plus my brother's age equals 42. That's 4x. Did I do something? 3 times as much as my brother's age. And we got, it's 42. X equals, that's not going to work. What's wrong here? 3 times as much as my brother's age, so 3 times as much as my brother's age. Both our ages together is 42. So my break, well, it's not working here because I get 4, right? Am I doing something wrong again? 42 divided by 4, it's not going to be a nice number. Calculator. It says that x equals 10.5. I guess I could be 10.5. Right? There's nothing wrong with being 10.5. But usually I don't see, which makes me 31.5. Jeez. Wow, age difference here. Wow. Unless you find something wrong with what I did, I'll keep it at that. And the third word is going to be this one. And if I make a mistake, all 3 words are different, but combined, they make a nice, actually the summer event I would love to attend this year. Okay. What are we doing now? Okay, so second angle of a triangle is the same size. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's Tom, Jerry, or angle, it's the same thing. So second angle in a triangle, there's 3 angles, right? The first, the second, and the third. The second element of the triangle is the same as the first angle. So the second one is x, the first one is x. The third angle is 12 degrees larger than the first angle, so it's x plus 12. How large are the angles? Well, I know that in a triangle, if I add all the angles up, it gives me 180. So first angle plus second angle plus third angle. So I get 3x plus 12 equals 180. Minus 12 on each side. I get 3x equals 168, I believe. Am I right? 180 minus 12. And then divide that by 3. I know that x is going to be equal to 56. So first angle is 56, the second angle is 56, and the third angle is 56 plus 12, which gives me 68. And that should always equal to 180 because the sum of the angles, the interior angles of the triangle is 180. Again, next one, the second angle of a triangle. First, second, third. The second angle of the triangle is 3 times as large as the first angle. Do we know anything about the first angle? No, so let's call that x. The second angle is 3 times the first angle, so 3x. And the third angle is 30 degrees more than the first angle, so x plus 30. X plus 3x plus x. So all my angles added together have to equal to 180. Combine like terms, 3x, 4x, 5x, plus 1 plus 30 plus 180. Minus 30, 5x equals 150. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals 30. So the first angle is 30. The second angle is going to be 3 times 30, which is 90. And the third angle is going to be 30 plus 30, which is 60. So if you add them up, just to confirm, you should get 180. Perimeter of a rectangle is 280. The width is 26 meters less than the length. Find the length and the width. Last question, yay. So again, let me take a look at this rectangle here. The perimeter of the rectangle is 280. The width is 20. Do I know anything about the length? No, so I'm just going to call it. So the width is 26 meters less than the L, which means it's, again, it's a turnaround word, which I'm going to rewrite it as L minus 26. This is L minus 26, and the perimeter is 280. So find the length and width. Well, let's add all of that to find L. So L plus L minus 26 plus L minus 26. All that equals to 200. So combine like terms. 1, 2, 3, 4L minus 52 equals 280. Plus 52 on both sides. We're going to get that 4L equals 332. We'll divide that by 4. And I know the length is 83. So if the length is 83, which means this is 83, this is 83. And to find the width, we're going to do 83 minus 26. And that's going to give us 57. Right, that. Take that out. 57. That's also 57. And then if you had time, if you wanted to confirm, add 57 plus 57 plus 83 plus 33. It should give us 280. And if it does, you're okay. So that's about it. So I mean, you had, what, 2 review sheets? This one and the other 2 that you did. So you should have more than enough to study with. Okay.